What is up, guys? Wonderbrad here. Hope you guys are having a great day. And today we're going to be checking out the top 3 Bandit decks in the game right now. These are all based off of my opinion. If you guys disagree by the end of the video, just hit me up down in the comments below and then we'll talk about it down there. But this is deck number 1. It's a defensive kind of P.E.K.K.A. control deck with the Executioner, Dark Goblin, Tornado in it. And you've got the Lightning in there just in case they are running Inferno Tower, Musketeer, Night Witch, Electro Wizard, anything that can be taken out with Lightning. That's why you got it in there. But let's hop into a grand challenge first with this deck, because it's really a kind of a slow chip deck. The P.E.K.K.A. doesn't usually get to the tower. You gotta be pretty careful with it, and yeah, let's just go for it, because in tournaments and stuff, you got that extra 3 minutes of overtime, which is really key with this deck. Those extra 2 minutes can make a massive difference, and Eve the Man, or Evie the Man, is coming in with a golem right away. He doesn't worry about pumps, not worried about getting that extra elixir. He just goes for it. And he throws the crying eyes out too. And lucky for us, we have a really strong deck to counter Golem, because we have the P.E.K.K.A., we have the Executioner, we have the Tornado. So really, all of our cards are well suited to beat this deck. Like, P.E.K.K.A. obviously destroys Golem, and Executioner knocks down all the rest of the cards that come in behind the Golem. So it's a really strong counter deck, especially for grand challenges, because so far I've only been playing like Golem, Night Witch, Baby Dragon decks in this grand challenge, or just in grand challenges in general. So you gotta be pretty careful with it. And let's get a Dark Goblin in here, and then if he puts anything down to defend, I'll Lightning it down. If not, we'll just Lightning it down. Okay, I'm okay with that. We'll take the chip damage, we'll take down the pump, and we'll get a nice little damage lead as well. Because if you can't build up pumps with a Golem deck, it's so hard to get those big pushes down. It's way more effective to lightning pumps than to actually lightning the troops, just because getting that 2 extra elixir can be so worth it in Golem decks. But he's coming in with the Golem again, so let's go another Executioner, and basically, if he just keeps on doing the same thing, we should be able to just keep on doing what we've been doing on defense, and take him out. And yeah, we'll go P.E.K.K.A. again. If he's gonna back up that Golem, I'm just gonna keep on doing the same thing. And there's his Lightning. Okay, so no surprise that he's running Lightning. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise that he's running Lightning, especially in a Golem deck. And let's go Dark Goblin here for that Mega Minion. Don't want it to get onto the tower at all. Let's go Bandit just to tank. Okay, so he really chipped us down a lot there. Like, even with just a Golem Mega Minion Lightning spell, I probably could have used my Tornado there and done a way better defense, but we gotta be pretty careful from here on out, because if he can get, like, some Golem chip damage onto the tower and get some Lightnings down, we're gonna be in some trouble. Let's go P.E.K.K.A. from the back, too, for that Golem. I could have gone P.E.K.K.A. in front of the Executioner, but I feel like that push would have just gotten shut down, and he could have counter-pushed me really hard there, so that's why I didn't do that. Let's go Dark Goblin here. Hopefully that Baby Dragon doesn't lock onto the P.E.K.K.A. That is unfortunate. Let's pull this all together here, put that down, and let's see. I kind of want to put my Lightning down or something, but no, it's okay. We're going to avoid most of the Golem chip damage there, and we're going to get a second P.E.K.K.A. down here. And we're going to go really aggressive. Second P.E.K.K.A. to tank for the first one. Yes, first P.E.K.K.A. Okay, first P.E.K.K.A. almost stayed alive. Really close. Let's get a Tornado down so that we can take all this down here. And this is where we really need to make some big pushes. We need to be able to get our Lightning down, even if we can't get any P.E.K.K.A. damage to the tower. Let's see. Yes, Dark Goblin locks on. Let's get another Executioner in here. And going aggressive with the P.E.K.K.A. because if he gets a single Lightning spell down, he is going to win this game. So let's go P.E.K.K.A., Dark Goblin, and please just don't put a Golem down. Please don't put a Golem down. Okay, we're getting back to our Lightning. Let's see. Can that P.E.K.K.A. get to the tower in time? Let's drop our Lightning down and see. P.E.K.K.A., please, dropping the zap down. He's got the P.E.K.K.A. on the tower. Yes, P.E.K.K.A. clutches it up. He thought he had that game. He was 100% sure. He was calling early good game, but we clutched that barely. Like, I made some mistakes there on that first Golem Mega Minion push. I let him get way too close on my tower there and get way too much Golem damage down, but we ended up making that comeback there, and that was pretty awesome. Against a really strong deck, too. But here's deck number 2. It's a giant Executioner deck, and I'll say it now, these decks aren't in any particular order. I think they're all really strong decks and really different decks. The last one will be completely different, too. But yeah, it's got the poison in there, the minions, the skeletons. It's a pretty fast giant deck. You could sub the pump in for the poison, and maybe Ice Spirit in for log, if you want to go with like a faster cycle with the pump, but this is what I've settled on. I really like this deck, and let's hop into ladder for this one, because I feel like this one won't do quite as well in challenges, but the last deck is a ladder and challenge deck as well. But let's go against the Victor, and do this, and do that, and hopefully shut down those E-Barbs pretty fast. Like, E-Barbs, I feel like, if they can catch you off guard or on low elixir with them, they're a pretty tough card to stop, but for the most part, you have, in general, enough counters in decks like skeletons, tank distractions, air troops that can take them down, that really they're not that big a deal anymore. Let's see, oh man, he's just letting the giant get to the tower. Let's back this up with some minions and the log, and maybe, oh man, that executioner actually clutched up and got that last swing in there, taking out all those skeletons. Okay, so yeah, we almost took down that tower in the first push. This guy's running a really weird deck too, so not too sure about it, but we're going to get the Bandit to charge onto the Prince, and hopefully no Prince shots on our tower. There we go, shutting down that Prince there. So, pretty solid start so far. Like, yeah, the Bandit's playing some good defense. We got that Executioner down. I'm just going to tornado these onto my King Tower, because I really had nothing else to play there. I could have tanked with the Giant, but I'm willing to take a couple of hundred damage to make a good elixir trade. I'll take that 6 for 3, and put some minions down for this Skarmy. And yeah, I'm really liking the way we're playing this, so, playing this so far. I'm not really sure what this guy's deck is, whether he has, like, a golem or a giant to tank, or whether he's just trying to, like, send in as many pushes as possible to do damage, but I mean, we've already taken down his one tower underneath 500, so we can just poison that out a couple of times. Don't really have to worry about it. And let's go Giant here to pull that Prince over to our side, get the Executioner locked on, and we are going to have a pretty filthy counter push coming in. Yeah, let's drop the Bandit behind and get... Let's see, if he goes E-Barbs, I'll drop some minions or the Tornado, but no, let's just drop Poison for the minion horde, and Bandit got onto the tower, Giant is on the tower, and there we go, first tower's down. It's too easy, guys. It is way too easy. Let's pull these into the middle again, get some skeletons down, get some minions down. I mean, not a great elixir trade, but when you're already up a tower and basically 2 towers, you can start to make worse elixir trades just to keep yourself in the game and avoid as much damage as possible. Let's go Executioner, and yeah, I legitimately have absolutely no clue what this guy's deck is. I guess he doesn't have a tank, which, I mean, is not the best idea. You need some sort of tank when you're running E-Barbs, Prince, Princess, Minion Horde. You gotta have something to protect. Let's do this and that, and yeah, he's making it pretty easy on us for this one. But I do think even if this deck was going up against a bit of a tougher deck, you still have, like, all the cards necessary to make good plays. You have the Poison spell, Executioner, Tornado, Giant for the towers, log in there. So yeah, there we go. We're gonna log a Skarmy away, and that is gonna be it for Victor. Good game. He tried to fight valiantly, but hey, maybe he was just running a bad deck. Well, obviously he was. Maybe he was running not his usual everyday deck, but let's hop into the last one. This last one is by far my favorite deck out of all these 3. I really like these types of decks. It is, hold on, it's a minor control deck or a minor cycle deck with the Poison, Night Witch, and Executioner Tornado. I've had Executioner and Tornado in basically all of these decks, but that's just because it is such a strong defensive combo. It makes it so easy to just Tornado everything together and take it out with the Executioner. So yeah, if you guys have that combo, I would definitely recommend using it. But let's hop into one more Grand Challenge match with this deck, because it really is a Grand Challenge match before it's a ladder deck, or a Grand Challenge deck before it's a ladder deck, but it can really work for both. It cycles really fast, you got all the necessary components for this deck to take out other strong decks, and I would say you can even go up against, like, higher level decks and win with this. I've said decks a lot in this video. I'll try to cut that down in this last match. But Carlos, he is also running the Night Witch, and let's see... Okay, no, he's gonna go Golem too, so let's see if we can catch him off guard here. We've got our Executioner, and if we can Tornado this all together, we should be able to shut this down and get a really, really nice minor counter push. Yeah, we're gonna Tornado this Night Witch away from our Executioner, and we got a couple of bats surviving, but really nothing too good here. Okay, and he's gonna pump too, so let's go right here with the minor. I'll get my Poison down too if he puts anything down like a Goblin Gang or something. Yeah, Goblin Gang, so let's Poison that down, giving us such good value there. So we're taking out the Goblin Gang. We got some pump shots with the minor too, and we're going to take it out completely with the Poison. Didn't even get another elixir pump down, guys. That was a nice play. That was a pretty slick play there. And let's go Bandit at the back. I don't want to use my cycle cards there, because I would rather use like some higher elixir cards and then spend elixir or spend my cycle cards so that I can get back to them faster. Like, if I had put down my cycle cards instead, I would just be cycling through cycle cards. I wouldn't be able to get to like other important cards faster. If you guys know what I'm saying, I'm hopefully making sense there. But yeah, basically, you want to get your more meaningful cards down first and then use your cycle cards so you're not kind of caught out of rotation. But this guy is kind of stopped making plays. He's got his baby dragon down and everything before. And I'm thinking he's probably going to try to pump here, or he's just completely given up. Let's go Bandit in front of the Executioner. Not going to use my Miner until I see his pump. And there's his Golem. Okay, there is Mr. Golem right there. So we've got to be careful for like his Lightning and his backup push here. So let's go Night Witch, Skeletons, and now we're back to our Executioner. And this should be a pretty solid defense here. I mean, if he has Lightning, we're going to be in some trouble, but he just spent a bunch more elixir trying to put down that second Night Witch, which was a complete waste. And yeah, we're going to have a beefy counter push going down here. Let's go Miner down and get a poison down. I'm not going to spend my Miner on his pump now because we're in the last minute. Now I'm going to try and get some really aggressive damage, and Bandit gets his charge shot on the tower. Bandit and Miner, they are taking that tower all the way down. Just like one poison spell away and maybe like a Miner chip shot away from taking that tower all the way down. Okay, and he's gonna miss my tower with the lightning too. Carlos, come on, you gotta make those basic plays to stay in the game, bud. Come on, that's the one thing you gotta do. Oh, that was a mistake, Bandit placement. Let's go defense first, put down the Executioners, and then I'm gonna get my Miner back here. Oh, Miner, poison. That should be a good game right there. We'll wish him good game. And yeah, one Miner shot is gonna do it. We are gonna poison that tower down, and boom, there we go. Back-to-back wins against Golem decks, plus we had that weird deck in the middle. But yeah, you guys can see these decks really shut down those aggressive, tough-to-beat Night Witch decks with the Golem. If you guys don't have the Night Witch, I would say Musketeer, E-Wiz, anything like that should be able to work pretty well with this deck. But hopefully you guys enjoyed these decks. Let's quickly hop into the community Q&A and finish it up. Okay guys, and today's community Q&A comes from Freestyle, and his question is, are you going to put this in the video? No. No, just kidding, guys. Today's community Q&A comes from Juan Montez, and his question is, will you ever play console games like Xbox or PS4? I'd watch. And I have kind of thought about that in the past. My friends and I have talked about streaming some Xbox or PS4 games, so that'll probably be coming sometime, maybe this summer. But I've seen, like, the recent Xbox releases and everything, or the recent Xbox, like, X previews and everything like that, so I'm considering getting one maybe later in the fall if YouTube goes a little ways from now. So yeah, stay tuned for maybe some console games coming. I'd definitely be down to play some, and maybe even stream some too. But this was today's video. These are the 3 decks one more time. Hopefully you guys can get some good use out of them. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment with community Q&As, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.